So without raising taxes, how do we solve Social Security? This might be a slightly longer segment than I've done in the past, but I need to give a little bit of history. So Social Security, the way it was sold and when it passed was about, I work for 30 years, I pay into the system, and then when I retire, the system pays me back. And it was that simple. Unfortunately, what our politicians have done and the government has done is that as I was paying into the system, they were paying people from before me, right? So the money I put in is not dedicated to me, it's dedicated to a general fund, and that fund is paying people that have already retired. So you're trying to catch up a little bit at all times. And trying to catch up at all times eventually doesn't work. We know this from many avenues of life. So there will come a time, and it's getting very close, which is why you're asking the question, where the Social Security won't be enough for people that have retired. In this case, it's pretty simple. It's because baby boomers are going to be retiring, have started retiring. They were the largest generation. So they, no matter how much they put in, it was spent by people before them, was given to people before them. So now what they have put in is not enough to pay them for when it's their turn to retire. Additionally, people are living longer, so consequently, that also causes a problem for Social Security. So the two ways to raise it without raising taxes is one, you push back the age of eligibility. So today, I think people start at 65. Well, you say you push it to 70. I'm not just saying this because I want people to suffer and people not to retire, but the reality is that when Social Security passed, people were dying much sooner. I don't have the exact data, but they were dying much sooner. Now people are dying later, and consequently, the system's got to last longer. So I think one thing to do is, I don't know if I would start it tomorrow, but I would start it for let's say 15 years from now. I'll say, okay, get prepared. If today you're 50 and you're going to retire in 15 years, well, guess what? You're going to retire at 70 now. So you're going to work 5 more years. So that's one way to expend it. The other way to expend it is you go through means testing. With regards to the means testing, I think if we want to make it 100% fair or fairer, we can give people the option to opt out. So Warren Buffett, you can opt out if you want. Millionaire next door, you can opt out if you want. Now, some people might decide they don't want to opt out because they paid into this their whole lives and they worked very hard. And even though they were small businessmen and women, and they became successful, and heck, it's their money, which it is, and they don't opt out. So I would add that we have an opt-out feature here, which is if you are worth more than $2 million, then I think your means tested out into the system, but it's up to you to check a box that says, yes, I opt out, I don't want to get paid Social Security, or you still get paid Social Security.